And this is just not an easy shot from down here. Well below the green surface, Tom, as you were saying, and the green slopes all the way to the hole and off the green the other side. It's pretty brutal.
I think that's maybe a reason that some players would have played that along the ground.
I agree.
And now she's got the same shot that Hannah Green had coming back the other way. Now on the tee at the 9th, Lydia Ko going with the driver. Does tend to narrow down there, but I think the driver should be fine for Lydia. A little worried about the right side, but she shouldn't be.
Yeah, you could barely see it in that picture.
Now, Se Young is, what's she going to do? Chip it? Yeah.
Yeah, well, and the thing to remember too, she does not have a lob wedge. She just has a 56-degree wedge in her bag, so has to really use the bounce and the loft.
So that is going to be for a par.
At least it's an uphill putt.
Yeah, but a hole where she would have liked to have had a chance of birdie. It's not going to be today. As we look down on this complex here, there are 36 holes, the black and the gold course. Went out and played a few on the other course yesterday, and it is delightful out there, especially when you cross over the road, and it's very peaceful. First time I've been on the course for a while. Now Jin Young Ko for an eagle.
Well, Tom, I'm not sure really how I can describe how difficult this putt is, other than it's uphill, downhill, left to right, right to left. I mean, just about everything in it, but judging the speed is so difficult. Because it's falling away just now. Well, #1 player in the world would...
that's really good.
Would go ahead and make that look easy.
Superb. And that will be a birdie, and Jin Young Ko will take the outright lead. You talk about having longevity at the top of the game in the LPGA. It hasn't really happened over, well, since Lorena Ochoa and Annika Sorenstam. You had Yanni Sen that did it for a few seasons, but since then players have got to the top.
Pretty much straight back up the hill. She's working quite hard on it, giving it a few extra looks. Still no problem. Nice composure after going from one side of the green to the other.
Yep, she's a battler, fighter, doesn't really back down. We saw the pictures and talked about the Taekwondo. But, she certainly is an aggressive player, fun to watch. Now, Lydia Ko in the fairway at the 9th, and Morgan Pressler has joined this group.
Yeah, there's this pretty stiff breeze downwind. The whole location's only about 7 paces over this bunker, and I can tell you that bunker from experience is the very last place you want to end up on this hole. So I would expect this to be at least hole high, if not past it.
Been a little tricky to stop the ball on this green today. But not right there.
Not if you're Lydia
Wow.
Ko. We're just pitching into a bit of an upslope there. If you pitch it further down the green, it releases all the way to the back. She'll take it. Lexi Thompson waited for the green to clear, and now is ready to go with her second.
Now, she couldn't actually get it in line with the green because of the trees in front of her, so she was trying to get it up just short and left of the front of the green with a 4-iron.
That could be a big mistake there.
That was not a good bounce.
Oh, and it's just in the bunker. Big mistake from Lexi Thompson. And we will see how she handles that when we come back. She's only one by. Lexi is paying the price here for a poor layup, Jerry.
Yeah, well, it was a horrible bounce, but yeah, it was not executed how she wanted, obviously, now. And I don't see any possible way to get this thing anywhere near the flagstick. Front, left, third of the green, maybe.
So, I mean, kind of what I'm, like, obviously, if I were hitting the shot, I'm just left like this CME side, with an open face, making sure that I miss this. If it comes out straight, fine. If it comes out a little right, even better. But first order, you have to miss this. Do that.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out.
I think you can as long as you just open up to that CME side. If you aim more at the pin, then probably not. But I think that if you get both of them in there and open them, it gives you a higher chance at missing that back view.
I can't really open up, but I hit my leg instead of if I open up, I hit my leg instead of the leg.
He's wanting her to go left of the flag, and it.
Well, she didn't have a choice in that. It's just a matter of how far left. She's taking a lofted wedge to open it up as much as she can. And even though you're going to miss that lip on your backswing, it's always in the back of your mind on the downswing.
That's what I was thinking, Jerry. There's a lot of things that could go wrong here.
She was worried about hitting her leg on the downswing.
Oh my. Oh my, that should spin right.
A lot of
Dead
things
right.
that could go right here.
Goodness, that's one of the top 5 shots I've seen in the whole year.
I am with you. That was one of the great shots ever.
That was fantastic.
He talked her through the mechanics of how she should do it, but she did it. Oh my.
That deserves a bow.
Great shot, Lexi Thompson.
Well, Lexi Thompson spends a lot of time in the gym, and the strength here certainly paid off. And it just came out exactly how it needed to. There you go. Didn't quite get the landing right coming out of the bunker, but the ball was in the perfect spot as she tried to get over that lip.
Some kind of shot.
Go to the tee at the 18th.
Jin Young Ko ready to go.
And this tee shot today has been moved up some 35 yards, which essentially means that a shot of 270 or more brings the water and that bunker into play. So ideally, the player has got to be thinking somewhere in the region of this ball finishing at 265. You have to take into account the release and the roll, but Jin Young's pretty straight there.
Yeah, no problem there. For the 25-year-old who's won 11 times back home in Korea, 6 times on the LPGA, including a couple of majors in 2019. Just across the water at 9.
Lydia Ko for birdie.
Not much in the line on this putt. A little bit uphill, runs a little bit away after the hole. But she's only had 24 putts so far today, so she was a little aggressive with that one, though.
Yeah, she's got that for a round of 65. Started the day tied 59th, Lydia Ko, and she is now in a tie for 10th. So looking to equal the low round of the week.
Next to go here at 18, I believe, Se-Young Kim.
Yeah, and she's not going with the driver as well. This is just her 5-wood. Doesn't have a 3-wood, but this 5-wood is like absolutely ballistic when she gets hold of it. So she still has to be aware. Morgan was saying that this whole playing quite significantly down the wind today, and I agree, players do have to take that into account, especially if you're going to hit a slight fade off this tee. It's going to ride that wind. This is high and it's fading. She got plenty of ball.
Yeah, that's ideal.
And you know the yardage. Right on the mark. Back over to 9.
Lydia Ko for par.
Straight up the hill to finish off a hopefully bogey-free round.
Yeah, really, really well done. Good round of golf. It puts her in the mix. Just 4 behind at the moment, but a round of 65 equaling the number that Lexi Thompson put together yesterday. Lydia Ko, the winner here in 2014. Colourful headgear from Lydia Ko. I think she got that from one of her fans. Coloured it in for her, and she thought, well, I'm going to wear it anyway because it looks great. Megan Kang for an eagle here at the 17th.
Yeah, Dom, on a much tougher putt for eagle than it could have been. The ball was a hybrid that had some heat on it and landed right into the face of that slope. Didn't climb over it, otherwise it would have been 10 feet. Really slippery, as you know, from this point forward.
Yes, well done. We saw Jin Young Ko with a similar putt get the length spot.
And uphill.
This to tie the lead. Oh, just overhit it. Shame.
It's a shame, but it doesn't take away from that shot. That was an amazing golf shot.
I'm not speechless too often, but that one, superlatives don't describe.
Let's take another look. Why not? Different angle. Just came out with that side spin that just takes it to the flag there. That gives a great look at how much spin it had on it.
That's the angle.
Yeah.
That's the angle. Man.
So from now on, when we say she can really spin the golf ball, believe us.
Anna Kurtz Madsen has fought her way back. It's for birdie.
Good putt.
She's had that horror start where she went from 6 under par to 2 over after 5 holes. And since then 3 under for the day. So she's back in red numbers for the championship, but still just inside the top 30 for the week.
Setting up for second at 18, Jin Young Ko.
Just from 139. Got that little bit of down breeze helping, but pretty good lie here. Maybe on a slight downslope, but not too bad. Downwind ought to mean that she has to play even from the short range, just a hair of hop forward. So expect this to land below the hole. Although, as I said that, she's just backing off because that wind's really starting to pick up.
Three starts on the LPGA Tour this season include a couple of top 5s. And last week, share a second at the U.S. Women's Open.
She said it took her a while to get used to playing in America again. She played some tournaments over in Korea, and she said that the courses are set up so tough over there, and it was pretty cold, so she could only swing sort of 3/4 swings. Still got a big hop.
Yeah, it's just the downwind factor.
Yeah, the only way to really stop it there is to land it just short, as we've seen.
Just a moment ago at 17th, Megan Kang just cleaning up the birdie, we hope. Yeah, so that gets her to 5 under. And she's tied for 10th. Lexi Thompson did tap in her putt for par, so Lexi remains at 8 under, just 1 back of Jin Young Ko. That's the 18th hole. In the middle of your screen, over on the left, running parallel with it, is the 9th. Gives you a great look at the geography here and how narrow it gets on that 9th hole, and then how tight the water cuts in by that bunker at 18.
Down in the fairway here. Checking the wind is Kim.
She's got a pitching wedge out. Has 125 to the hole. And she's got a bit of a sort of an awkward grainy lie. So she's going to have to be aware of what this ball's doing coming out of it. She's playing a bit back in the stance to deal with that downhill lie. This one came out a little bit lower, drifting a bit to the right.
Okay, stays there on the surface. 8 under the top number, or her number, that once she's going after Jin.
Down the hill. The only thing that might slow it up is a little bit into the breeze. Her speed has been so good. I mean, the putt she hit on the last on 17 was just outrageously good. And that was just a slight misread because she was looking for it to break.
Iron for Lexi back on the tee.
A little bit of a debate, but I think her and Curtis decided anything with a head cover on it could possibly get into that fairway bunker, which is disaster.
That will come to rest. Really good day for Lydia Ko, standing by with Damon. 65 for Kim to share the lead.
And it looks like when the way she was set up is quite sort of a dry patch of grass. That looked very quick, but
oh, man.
It was not as quick as she thought or I.
Same reaction from her. So work left for her, a little bit of work left for Jin Young Ko. Afternoon sun getting lower in the sky. Turned out to be, well, it was a chilly start, there's no question, but comfortable afternoon. Temperature in the 60s today. And this left for Se Young for par.
And all in all, I mean, there was the one little blip from this range back on the front line on, I think it was the 7th hole. She's been pretty solid from here. Even though at times she looks like she's working really hard to visualize the putt. She looks quite settled on this one, though.
Yeah, great start for her today, 400 through 5, but then those bogeys at 7 and 9. But 69 here, day 2, and right there, one back. The work continues.
Georgia Hall, Hannah Green. Their day isn't finished yet.
Georgia Hall 3 under today. And 3 off the lead at 6 under. Here's your leader trying to finish up with a par.
That was interesting. We've just seen Lydia Ko. I remember watching the AIG Women's Open at Turnberry, where Inbee Park won, and Jin Young Ko was the other Ko. Then now she's the Ko.
Yep. Number 1 in the world and a 67. So takes the lead, at least right now. You're on day 2. But a significant name atop the leaderboard. And one back in the fairway, Lexi.
I just think it's a, 30 just right of it there. I picked up half a bush here. Yeah, it should be the same as it was on the tee, just mostly down, a little off the left. 30 should be perfect. Got a little bigger?
Maybe a little bit.
Now that these two are both reasonably successful, Lexi more successful than her brother, but I wonder if their golf involves $1 or $2.
Oh, no question about it. It was so funny there when he asked him, my shadows okay? She said a little more. He walked about 20 more yards to the right. Just a pitching wedge.